Alright guys, you've seen the intro to this video. I am back on my channel. It's been a while, but I'm here and I plan on doing a few different things with this channel. Hopefully those that are still get my notifications will like the content that I'm getting ready to put out. But today, as the intro induces, we are going to be going over the Horror Elements mod. Right now I'm in version 1.8 1.8.18.2, and the Elements mod goes up to, I want to say, 120. It's fully serviceable for 112.2 players as well. Goes all the way back there. Now, I'm not sure. That is perfect timing. I'm not sure exactly what all this mod entails. I can honestly tell you I've seen a lot of it, and it doesn't add a lot. When it comes to recipes, I'm not exactly sure, but we will figure that out in just a minute when I go to try to look at the recipes for each of these decorations. So to give a little backstory on this mod was designed for those players who are sick and tired of using redstone as blood, for example, in horror maps, things like that. As you can see in the intro that I did, it sets a atmosphere, a really good atmosphere, and it's crazy, but it's a really good mod, and it's a good addition to anybody's Minecraft world. So first things first, on what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at the human NPC players, dead players, for example. So pretty much everything in this mod can be summed down into this right here. This is all the mod adds. So it's not a big mod. For those of you who have crappy computers and you just want something to decorate your world a little bit better with, if you're trying to do a spooky little bit, this is definitely the mod for you, because it's not a very big mod. But the first thing that we're going to be looking at is all the human player models that are decided to be dead, for example. So we're going to have the rotten body, the marine body, the slice body, beheaded, hanging corpse, both of them, a scientist, hazmat scientist, marine, spiked, crucified, and these are all the heads, the skulls, that correspond with these creatures, or these player models here. So let me grab these out and I will show them off. Now, them on themselves, they're not that bad, but put together with the blood and atmosphere, they can be pretty good. So this is the beheaded body. As you see, it's got a Steve texture with blood down the chest. It is missing its head completely. That got lopped off. Real nice and clean. Then we have the sliced body. This seems to be a normal player model, but as you see, it's been cut in half. He must have not had a very good day with the butcher knife. Also has an abrasion on the head to give it an extra little bit of depth. Has white eyes as well, which is interesting. Then you have the marine. The marine It's normal army or normal soldier, camouflage. His chest is ripped open, so that's a little bizarre, you know. More like some Alien versus Predator out here, which will be the next mod that I go over, by the way. You have the rotten body. This is a model designed to look specifically like it's been sitting for a good long time, rotting, festering in the air. You can see parts of the skeleton, skull. This person did not have a good day. Here's a secondary marine body. This guy has full combat gear on. He has been ripped to shreds. Cuts all over the arms, cuts on the head, chest ripped open, same as the other marine. This one is a scientist, hazmat scientist. His chest's been ripped open. He's been ripped to shreds as well. Whatever attacked this man did not do him good at all. Then we have the last sitting character. This is a other scientist. This is a more of a just a human in a lab coat. Carries the same theme as the other three. Chest ripped open, blood everywhere, real gory stuff. Cut down the eye. That's not nice. Alright, now this one is the hanging corpse. Now we don't really, there is two versions of this. There's this one, which I believe will look a lot better hanging from like a chain, fence, post, whatever you wanna put it on. Then you have this one, which has pretty much been skinned alive. This reminds me a lot, both of them are Steve, by the way. This reminds me a lot of the Predator movie, not the Predator, or not the Prey, but the one that came before that, with the army guy, the sniper, and everything. At the very beginning, when the Predator comes to Earth, how he ripped a man literally to shreds. Now that's all of these. Let's go over what's the left. Okay, so you have the crucified and the spiked body. Spiked, pretty self-explanatory. He has been impaled in all sorts of angles, which is not a good day for this man. And crucified, he has got the nails through the hands and everything. Sit him up on top of a mountain. He's seen better days. Let's go over the heads. Get rid of you. This is the Russian officer head. This is the Marine head, as you see, been ripped. Lost for words. Spine. The spine has been ripped out and is just attached to the head. German officer head, or that's the German officer head. This is the Russian officer. Okay, that's the Russian and that's the German. I got them two mixed up. You got the Desert Soldier and the Hazmat, which reminds me a lot of that guy over there. Just a bit of a different retexture. But they can all be like hung up on like as trophies. Now, next is the mobs. All the dead mob, normal Minecraft mobs, that they designed to be creepy and grotesque. So we'll start off with the heads. Spider. Got its spine curled up in a little thing. Hero Brian. There you go. Now that's something right there. And Steve. Poor Steve. He's seen better days. Now, this one is the Hanging Villager. You know, I hate villagers, but that's a little much. And then you have the Spiked Villager. Shice. I thought that guy was bad. The mod creator must really hate villagers. They must have really got on his nerves. You got the dead pig. Got a nice spear through the head. Knife through the stomach. You got the dead failed experiment, which is another pig, but it seems to be all sorts of mutated and just disgusting. Have an impaled skeleton. Put that on the wall, and as you see, the next one is the poor cow. Honestly, kind of looks cute in a way, but he's been gutted. Nice rip straight down the center. Let's throw these away. Get Alex. It's another head. There's Alex. Put you next to Steve. She has got a looks to be a tint tee straight through the noggin. That's tough. All right, let's go over to the next group. This is all the decorations, or you can consider them to be decorations. Got a couple more heads. This is the primitive head. Looks all sorts of screwed up. I think it's supposed to represent a Neanderthal. Then you have the hospital bed. Seems to have some sort of Steve figure in the bed, wrapped up in whatever that is, dripping blood down the side. Then you have the impaled head, which is a normal skull on a stick. So you use. Then you have the fished head. This caught on a fishing hook. Pretty big fishing hook. Straight through the center of the eyes into the skull. They've seen better days. Then you have the bloody tombstone, which will look real good for a graveyard. Trapped leg. Looks like someone stepped in a bear trap and got their leg ripped straight off. Slashed skull. Got a nice knife down the center of the skull. And that's all for the... No. Forgot this. Severed arm. There you go. This is mainly to put up against a wall. So let's see here if I can grab something to make a wall. put this right up against the wall. Someone's straight stuck a meat cleaver straight through someone's arm, and it's just stuck there. Pretty good little decoration. Alright, now that's all for the decorations. Before we get into the special items that this mod adds, I'm going to show you all the different blood types that they have. So they have 10 different types of red blood, and they have acid blood and green blood. So I'll show you all these types of blood. You can already see some on the ground right now that I've used to kind of decorate the area just a little bit. So this is blood number 10. Not really much to see here. I'm probably going to speed through these. You got blood 10, blood number 1, little drops of blood. This seems to be clotted with the shit. Can't think of the names. With the darker red, seems to be more clotted. Alright, back to what I was saying. This one's a lot darker. Real dark maroon. You got some fresh blood, some light blood. Blood number 5. This is blood 5. You got blood 6, blood 7, blood 8. Blood 8 looks like a face. This is always fun. And you have blood 9. This is all the types of blood that they add. So it's a good little variety that you could put into your maps. Now I'll go ahead and show you what the actual mapped out, the little thing is overall from that distance that I made for the intro. So, alright. Now, this is the interesting things. Let me get some redstone for this. Alright. So you have 2 signs that it adds in. Get out and leave. They'll put a good little story to any structure that you're trying to horror-atize. If it's not even a word. And now you have, this is the sound block. Now the sound block has, I think, 4 different presets. So you have glass breaking, laboratory alarm, predator clicking noises, heartbeat, kids laughing. So 5. It has 5. So let's hear the glass breaking. Pretty good little sound. Go over to the laboratory alarm. Alright. Predator clicking noises. Pretty good. Heartbeat. Alright. Kids laughing. Ah, that is creepy and loud. Alright. Enough of that. You get the gist. Get a little sample of all of those. And of course, with the right atmosphere, you can make those sounds pretty damn scary. Now, this one is one of my favorite ones because I love making abandoned buildings with like power issues, stuff like that. This is the broken light, and while it may seem like it's just a normal redstone light or lamp, it is not. As you see, with this redstone lamp, you actually have to give it a redstone signal to turn it on. And to get it to flicker, you'll have to do some engineering on top of a roof, typically to try to get that signal to flicker back and forth through. This one gets rid of all that issues. This one is just normal light, but as you see, it comes on in intervals. Sometimes it'll come on fast, sometimes it'll come on slow, sometimes it'll flicker like you just saw there. It'll be long, and then it just kind of goes in this loop of different things, and it gives the area much more of an atmosphere than what you would normally have with the way that things are set up in vanilla. Yeah, get rid of these. I don't know why I got rid of the redstone torch. Redstone. Alright. This is the last thing here. This is the atmosphere block. This atmosphere block is used. Let's see here. I don't have the recipe for this atmosphere block, but because I'm missing the mod. But once given a redstone signal, it'll set it to night and change the weather to thunder, which you'll see here soon. Just wait for the lightning. You don't want to work with me, do you? Alright, we'll leave it there. We'll go over to the little makeshift horror map I made. This will show you a little bit more on how you can use the decorations. So, here we got the bloodied tombstones outside the front yard with a impaled or a spiked body up there with blood on the ground. You have get out at the front door. And on the inside, you have a dead Marine here. Then we have a tripwire connected to a sound block that is right outside that door to play the Predator sound. Now, in the ceilings, I have a mixture of redstone lamps and broken lights to kind of give that abandoned, a little bit of power left feel. Then you have a Marine in the corner and a dead scientist in this corner. And this little laboratory-like room here. Have a rotting body here. Then you have a little bedroom, or hospital room to say the least. You get the hospital bed here. Then you have, I made like some sort of IV. There goes the thunder. IV thing here to give this area a little bit of a atmosphere to it. Over here we got that beheaded body right in the elevator shaft, and a nice hanging corpse right here attached by these chains. Down here at the bottom, I put the fished head to kind of give it an idea that when it fell, got cut off. It's down here, right on top of the elevator. But with that being said, though, this has been the mod review. And in all honesty, with it being such a small mod, I think that this would go good for any mod pack that you have. Anything. Because what's wrong with a little blood and gore? Ooh. But that's completely up to you on what you decide to do with this. I've pretty much showed you everything minus the recipes, which again, I'm sorry I don't have a mod right now for that. I forgot to install just enough items to get the recipes. But I might be fretting a little bit, and they might not even use recipes. They might just be a creative only item. But regardless, map makers out there, if you want something scary, you want something gory, or you just want to have a little fun with things, designing your own abandoned warehouse, abandoned laboratory, or whatever your heart desires, this is an mod for you. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is my first video that I've done in a little while, so I'm going to start trying to post regular mod reviews. Like I said, next mod is Alien vs Predator mod, which I'll go over all that, and I'll make sure I have everything set up this time ahead of the schedule. For 112.2, I will be going over immersive vehicles as well. So keep an eye out for those videos if you like this one. I will go in depth and explain a lot more than I did here, because those are some pretty big mods. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit my notification bell if you want to support me and watch my videos in the future. And hope you enjoy. Cyber Sector out.